final speaker today is Dr. Lauren May of the Information Security Institute from QUT. Lauren has 3 degrees from QUT in the applied science area. Her research degrees are in cryptology. Lauren is a senior lecturer at the School of Software Engineering and Data Communication. In recent years, has developed interests in cross-disciplinary research, areas, building upon the solid research foundations in information security. Thank you so much, Dr. That's why I think more stuff in the room.
Okay, just as we're getting organised, this is joint work with, I have a part-time master's student, so this is very much related to his work that he's doing in his master's degree, Tim. And in Tim's employment role, he's actually the Information Security Program Manager at the Southern Cross University, which is at Lismore, which is somewhere. Anyway, he's with us in spirit. Just an outline of the talk that I'm going to give today. And I guess just before I start on the talk, I just want to say that really I'm taking a slightly different approach to a lot of the talks that have been before. A lot of people have talked about the technology itself, and like the technology is just a tool. Other people have talked about, doing up policies and procedures. But we're kind of focusing in a little bit because we shouldn't make the assumption that just because we have governance and policies that things automatically happen at the application level. Okay? So I'm going to focus in a little bit on what happens between governance and direction from on high and what actually happens in reality down here. Tim's area is in Australian universities, so the focus of the application will be on Australian universities. All right, so first of all, the talk, I'll just clearly outline what the goals of our research are. Then identify the information security threats and issues in the tertiary sector. Then we'll have a look at the need for a systemic approach to this, systemic versus ad hoc approach, which is currently the problem. Then we'll look at getting some actual real current data, what actually is happening. Let's put our thumb on what the actual issues are. Then, as a result of what's come out of this survey, we've come up with a practitioner's management model. So we're talking about a management model but at the operational level. And then some preliminary results of the trial and the conclusion. Okay, so let's clearly define the goal of our research. And we can think of universities, as with most other modern organisations, are highly reliant on the information infrastructures, which they don't own or control. And a significant factor in managing information security in organisations in general is the people side. So in information security terms, we like to talk about a culture of compliance throughout the organisation. Information security and information security management is not an IT issue that just sits there. It includes people, it includes the whole organisation. So the goal of this particular paper, this particular research, is to make some steps towards improving the culture of compliance towards, and our particular application is information security in the Australian university sector. Okay, so let's just go down a little bit. What are the information security threats in Australian universities? Well, universities are very dynamic places. They host a large number of diverse systems, and a large number of those systems are connected to the internet. So automatically we have tremendous threats coming through the internet. They're very much a basis for exploration and research. We have students, we have practitioners, we have many inquiry minds. And to a large extent, we can think of universities as actually reflecting, the values of the community. So, really we have a bit of a moral obligation in universities to set good standards. Okay, so down a little bit. So we're getting a little bit lower here. So from in the university level, what are the actual issues in this kind of environment? Well, of course, we have academia needs. And of course, these days, universities are very much corporate business structures. And they don't always, these two things don't always fit well together. Okay? So we need to balance academia needs against the business requirements of the organisation. And of course, all of this is set against the backdrop of the student population who are transitive, explorative, all sorts of things. Raises many, many issues at the operational level. So for the information security person, the person who's charged with improving the information security of the organisation, what does this mean? Well, it's a balance. It's a balance on a tightrope. There's always conflicting priorities. There's lots and lots of brains in universities. They don't always like to agree. So what are the priorities? There's always this issue of having a coordinated approach as versus a reactive ad hoc approach, which is what's happening now. And of course, when we talk about culture of compliance, we're talking about acceptance by everybody in the organisation within that environment. Okay, so let's try and focus in a little bit on what the actual issues are. So generally, at the governance level, the information security practitioner here gets the direction, and the direction usually is, well, comply with current standards, current guidelines. Some of you who might be familiar at this level will have heard of the Australian standard 17799, the management standard is 7799, but in actual fact, the problem is that there are too many standards and too many guidelines. And a lot of these standards are not meant to, were not, particularly 17799, was not designed to be complied with. So there are a lot of application issues here. So, just to summarise that, for the information security practitioner at the operational level, there's often no single point of understanding. So in our research, we decided, all right, there is this problem. Let's actually put our finger on what the problem is. So from a research perspective, we'll do an analysis of what the actual factors and issues are that affect the management of information security. And as I sort of stated before, the goal of the research is to progress appropriate good practice at the operational level. To actually, from all that governance, to actually get something that actually works. Because right now, things are not working terribly well. So, how do we get this information? All right, so we did our literature search, and there's a lot of high-level stuff in the literature. There's no real, what's happening today at the operational level. So what we did was, we designed our own survey, and we actually, the participants were all 38 Australian universities. Okay, so we got 100% response. And it was a qualitative survey, quite lengthy telephone interviews, we digitally recorded and went through all coding process, etc. And the questions really revolved around these three main issues. So in your university, well, we also aimed these at the person, at the information security or the IT directors or the security coordinators. So these were the people who were actually charged with making this work. And we said to them, all right, what's the current status of information security management in your university? What do you consider are the key issues surrounding information security management in your university? And what do you suggest on how should be able to improve information security management in a meaningful way. Now, a lot of these people have got experience, expertise, and they know how a lot of this stuff works, but their problem is on how to implement it and how to communicate that to different levels. So we asked them these questions. Now, what were the key findings of our survey? So these are the key findings. So these are the answers that we got from the people who are charged with promoting information security in meaningful ways throughout the university. They said, all right, our existing approaches don't really work. You know, it's very ad hoc, it's very reactive. They all agree what we're doing right now, you know, needs improvement. Awareness and understanding, and these are often very overused words. Awareness and understanding, their governance tells the practitioners that they need to somehow improve awareness and understanding of security issues throughout the organisation, but how do you do it? So a key finding from the survey was that this is a major challenge for these people. Another key finding is that, you know, just saying you should take existing standards and existing best practice and implement it or comply with it was very, very problematic in real sense at this level. So they all agreed that we would really like a structured, coordinated approach. And then, of course, the usual issues that you would expect to arise, they all said that, you know, we need senior management support to make this happen. And of course, there's always the resources issue. So the goal of our research is to try and address these issues within the framework of the resources that we've got. And what we've come up with is a bit of a model. This is the model that we've come up with. Now, I just want to, it looks complex, but I'll just take you through and explain it very easily. Now, remember, this model is designed specifically for information security practitioners in Australian universities at the operational level. Right? Now, we're trying to focus on not what to do, but how to do it. So in this model, so in here, I sort of indicated before that implementing a standard was sort of problematic. So what we're trying to do with this model is not to throw out a standard and come up with another one. What we're trying to do is to look at the overall issue, and we're trying to augment information security standards in a meaningful way. So what we've got here, this is our information security standard. It's sort of inside the model. Here's our 7799, which is the management process, and this is our control checklist. Now, we've just used 7799, but you could actually use anything, whatever your organisation is using. And then we're feeding into this model the expertise and the experience of the security practitioner that's being fed in there. So there's a nice place for that to feed in. And what we're doing here is the knowledge of the practitioner and the information security standard is then being spread across all the layers in the university or in your big organisation. You know, and this goes from the contextual level, which is like, you know, the direction of the organisation as a business, right down to the physical layer, the information infrastructure, right down to the operational layer. This is the people and processes down the bottom. And what we get out of there is increased communication and awareness across all these different levels, which is what we want, what we're aiming for. And that all feeds into an improved culture of compliance across our organisation, which is what that's what our aim is. So what we're doing with our model, and then of course that feeds back with our management model. We have like a waterfall model. We start, plan, do, check, act, round and round and round. So all this feeds back over and over again. Okay. So our model is focusing on how to improve information security management across the university rather than what to do. Because generally, these people at the operational level generally know what it is that they want to do, but they have problems with how to do it and how to communicate that to the other people in the organisation. Okay? Now, what we've done, as I indicated to you, Tim is in charge of security at Southern Cross University. So he's been trialling this approach. Okay? Now, these are very early observations because, this is very up-to-the-minute research that we're doing. So what he's found, his early observations of the trial outcomes is, first of all, from the perspective of the information security practitioner, that is from Tim's perspective, he finds that having the model clarifies his role and it gives him direction. So it gets him away from the ad hoc type stuff. He also finds, and didn't really expect to find this, I guess, but he also finds that it greatly improves his ability to communicate not only up the ladder, but to other people across it and to other people under him. So he's found that just by simply focusing on this model, his ability to communicate has been greatly improved. From his senior management point of view, and remember, one of the issues that came out of the key findings was that people felt it was imperative to have senior management support, right? So from the senior management perspective, what this model is doing is it kind of raises the credibility of the security practitioner in the eyes, sort of looking down, because they can see that they've gone away from the reactive ad hoc approach, that he's actually got something that's considered, he's done some research on, he's done some current surveys, etc., etc. So it improves the credibility of the IT department from a senior management perspective. And in that case, and because it does that, it improves the awareness and understanding of senior management, and therefore one hopes that will translate into improving support for the information security management process, which was one of the other issues that came out of the key findings. Now, the third point down here, Southern Cross University is actually, IT is heavily centralised. So for Tim's IT staff, having this model gives them a framework in which to work, and quite a comprehensive framework because it feeds in all the other little bits and pieces that they do. So from their perspective, it's raised their confidence in what the IT department is trying to do and what they're doing. And from the non-IT staff, that is the end users throughout the organisation, well, I guess in general, staff within an organisation try to comply with what the organisation wants, and they will generally do it providing it's not too difficult, but doesn't impinge upon their kind of day-to-day activities too much. So for the general staff, it gives them some direction. It also gives them confidence that the organisation is looking after their interests. So that kind of translates to, across the whole university, improving understanding, awareness, and the culture of compliance towards information security management, which is, what we set out to do. So just concluding, I sort of stress that universities play an important role in reflecting security standards, so we should more or less set a high standard. And what we've done in this particular research is we based these concepts in the model on a very comprehensive data gathering and assessment exercise. And just reiterate that the model focuses on how to transparently progress, and transparently is an important word, how to transparently progress security knowledge to implementation, to actually doing it. And it's a real world system because it's in trial at Southern Cross University at the moment. And for future research here, we're hoping to, one of the other big issues in information security and information security management is how do we measure information security? That's a big issue. So we're hoping to use this kind of model to maybe come up with some benchmarks or some measurement that we can actually use to expand. And of course, as I've said, in this particular paper, we're just looking at Australian universities as that particular application. But I'm also interested in taking these concepts, applying them to a lot of other applications. And I do have students working on other applications with the same concepts.
Questions that we asked.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.